Ladies and gentlemen, today we're bringing you a story from Burkina Faso, a story that could change the future of global food politics. For decades, the world has been told that Africa is poor, resource-starved, and forever dependent on aid. But that narrative is now being challenged. And at the center of this change is the bold president of Burkina Faso, Captain Ibrahim Traore. He has launched a project that even the world's richest nations have hesitated to attempt. His plan? To farm millions of deer and billions of locusts. At first, it might sound strange. How could a small African country change the world by farming deer and locusts? But this project has left global powers stunned. You see, much of Africa's land is arid, where farming traditional crops has always been a struggle. Hunger has been a constant crisis. But Traore asked a different question. Instead of forcing the land to grow crops that don't belong here, why not use it for something in high demand around the world? Something that can bring both nutrition and wealth to the people? That's where the Deer Project began. Thousands of acres of land have been converted into pastures designed for deer farming. But these aren't just any deer. These are species whose antlers are prized worldwide, especially in traditional medicine. In China, Korea, and Japan, deer antlers have been used for centuries to create tonics, powders, and supplements believed to increase strength, boost immunity, and heal the body. In global markets, these antlers are valued even more than gold. Burkina Faso has now decided it will no longer just watch this billion-dollar industry from the sidelines. It will compete. The government has trained local farmers in modern deer farming. Special pastures have been set up, with green fodder, maize, and millet to ensure the deer grow strong. Separate safe zones have been created for pregnant does, so they can give birth in peace. But perhaps the most revolutionary part of this project is the way antlers are harvested. Around the world, antler removal has often been brutal, but Traoré declared that in Burkina Faso, it will be humane. When the antlers reach the velvet stage, the deer are sedated, and expert veterinarians carefully remove the antlers. Medicine is immediately applied, and a protective cap is placed to stop bleeding and prevent infection. Within days, the wound heals. This process has been branded human and green farming, showing the world that progress doesn't have to come at the cost of cruelty. This ethical approach has caught international attention. Experts are calling it one of the most humane farming models ever attempted. But Traoré's vision doesn't stop at medicine. Deer meat will also play a role. In a country where protein deficiency is common and chicken or goat is too expensive, for many families, venison will now be made available at affordable prices. Rich in iron, zinc, and vitamin B, deer meat could transform public health in Burkina Faso. Restaurants in Ouagadougou and Bobo Dioulasso are already preparing dishes like venison soups, cooked with local herbs such as hibiscus and baobab. Soon, this meat will not only serve local families, but also be exported, frozen, processed, and packaged for international markets in Europe, the Middle East, and Asia. And that's not all. Locust farming is also being explored. While most of the world sees locusts as a curse, Traoré sees an opportunity. High in protein and already a delicacy in many parts of the world, locust farming could provide cheap, nutritious food for millions, while also creating an entirely new export industry. Think about it. A nation once dependent on foreign food aid is now positioning itself as a supplier of high-value nutrition to the rest of the world. From venison and antlers to protein-rich locusts, Burkina Faso is flipping the script. For generations, Burkina Faso was seen as a symbol of hunger and dependence. But today, under Traoré, it is daring to dream bigger, to not just feed itself, but to feed the world. So the question is, will this ambitious vision succeed? Can Burkina Faso really lead Africa into a new era of food independence? And if it does, how will the world's superpowers react when a small West African nation starts rewriting the rules of global food politics? Tell us what you think in the comments below. And if you found this story inspiring, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Because this is just the beginning of a revolution, and the next chapter of Burkina Faso's journey is something you won't want to miss.